Well, and we find Gordy Hershiser live at Deering High School Field, where they are psyched, Gordy.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. About 7 o'clock, Kim and Doug behind me. They're getting the pallets all ready with the hay and a little gasoline. They're going to torch it up. Big bonfire, big pep rally. Tomorrow is the 84th Turkey Bowl game between Portland and Deering. Game now is less than 24 hours away. There's going to be students, faculty, cheerleaders, the team. They're going to be down here getting ready for the big contest. And I'll give you another indication as to how large this game is. In 1945, the members and the alumni of that team, they're celebrating right now at the Portland Eagles Club. And any alumni members who have ever played in the Portland Deering game, they're encouraged to go down there and celebrate and talk football. Another special occasion tonight is Mike Cohen, the president of the D Club here at Deering High School. The student body raised money and put together and bought this flag that will go on the flagpole here at Deering High School. Brenda Roy, of course, the assistant principal of Deering High School. Travis is her son. They will present that to a friend that will then go to Brenda Roy. And Mike, congratulations, an outstanding job. Now, what makes this game so special? Well, it is the final high school football game of the season. Our Jeff Peterson has the scoop on the 95 version.
It's a Turkey Day tradition that is far from being a turkey. 84 times Portland and Deering have played on Thanksgiving Day. The players and coaches change through the years, but the tradition and goals never do.
You know, the bragging rights for the city is there for the off-season. You really don't have to get the kids up. You know, when that morning comes, the excitement's in the air, and when you step onto the field and there's a big crowd, that pretty much does it.
Brings a lot of motivation to the game, and it, you know, gives these kids a chance to be a part of history. And it's just a special feeling to play in this game.
But the feeling has been a little more special for Portland. The Bulldogs have won 4 in a row and 12 out of the last 13 Thanksgiving Day games.
My sophomore and junior year, we beat them regular season, and it just doesn't seem to mean anything because they'll come back and beat us Thanksgiving, and that's all anyone talks about.
The past 2 years have been pretty decent games that I've played in, so this one isn't going to be any different. I think we're going to come out and play hard, and it'll be a good game.
Knowing that it's my last game, I want to make it one to remember, and I just hope it turns out that way.
So the question is, how tough will it be to get up for the game on Thursday? Well, Deering hasn't played in over 4 weeks since not making the playoffs, and Portland hasn't played in 2 weeks since losing to South Portland in that devastating regional final. No problem. This is the Thanksgiving Day Classic. They'll be ready.
It took a while to get it off my shoulders, but as soon as the state game was off, it was clearly out of my mind getting ready for this game.
Thought we were going to be in the playoffs, and, you know, we thought we were going to make a run in the playoffs, but this is what it's come down to. This is pretty much what our season has come down to, is the Turkey Day game.
In Portland, I'm Jeff Peterson, News Channel 13 Sports.
And thank you, JP. 10:30 tomorrow at Fitzpatrick. Celtics at Charlotte tonight. Pirates taking on Springfield. They have the second-best record in all the AHL. Results tonight at 11. Back to you guys in the studio where it is warm.
All right.
You got that right, Gordy. Thank you much. Turkey Bowl 50 years ago met to remember the old times and cheer on the new. News Channel 13's Doug Cook takes us along.
For Deering and Portland high schools, Thanksgiving Day means football, and it has for 84 years. Those who took the field as long ago as 1935 reunited for a pep rally, complete with school fight songs.
Be loyal to the
Warm handshakes greeted former teammates and opponents as the good old days came rushing back.
Remember a snowstorm in about 43 or 44 where both schools turned out to clean the bleachers off, and the field got cleaned off. The game got postponed from Thursday to Saturday, but it was played.
Joyce White used to cheer for Deering.
But the last 3 years it's been Portland because my grandson plays for Portland.
This guy here put me out of my senior year. I had a short game. He rolled right over me. Let's put him in the middle, then we can work him over again, okay?
The rivalry has survived, and so have the friendships, even across school lines.
We had a tremendous rivalry, and it was great.
It's a rivalry.
Well, we're here.
That is, I don't know, there's an honor that goes with it, and you play that game, you know, you go all out. You go all out, but then it was over, you're back to being friends again.
Tomorrow, the alumni will be at Fitzpatrick Stadium to watch as the younger generation continues the rivalry between the Deering Rams and the Portland Bulldogs. In Portland, Doug Cook, News Channel 13.
Wouldn't you have loved to hear more of those stories? Well, the big game, of course, is tomorrow, but tonight the game is hockey, and our Portland Pirates on the ice tonight.
They will try and put a stop to the Bulldogs' dominance as of late. Portland has won 12 out of the last 13 games and leads the overall series that began in 1911. The Rams, they've been off the field for 4 weeks. Portland, 2. But things like streaks and time away from the field, they can be forgotten, for this is the Turkey Bowl.
You know, on my end of it, I make a big thing of it, you know, with our kids and the tradition, and I always use the phrase, it's a game you're going to remember for the rest of your life, and, you know, that maybe has some formula to it, I'm not sure.
You know, this is the last time that most of these guys are ever going to play contact football again. And, you know, you always remember your last game, no matter what the score, no matter what the outcome. You know, it's a memory that they're going to take away and hopefully cherish for a long time.
The hype and festivities continue tonight at Deering High School. The Rams getting fired up, literally. Students, a team, faculty, band, and family gathered at the school around a huge bonfire, celebrating and getting ready for the game. And also tonight, Deering students, they presented a flag to a friend of Brenda Roy, Travis's mother, an assistant principal at Deering High School. And that flag, it will fly at the school. Around the diamond, Seattle Mariners
Stadium. More than a game, but an event, a homecoming of sorts, a great tradition. Now the question is, what team will win? For our Thanksgiving Day prediction, we return to former Portland newspaper schoolboy sports editor Dick Doyle, who has forgotten more about this game than most of us will ever learn.
I would say the margin would probably be similar to the first game, Portland by 2 touchdowns. However, Deering has been able to show strength on occasion, and there'll be no loss of spirit, I'm sure. And the odds, there have been upsets, and, you know, it could shorten the odds.
Dick would have made a great international diplomat. In other words, he said either team could win. In Springfield tonight, the division leader.
What time today, and as you might expect, not too many empty seats at Fitzpatrick Stadium. But let me tell you, it was cold out there today. The Rams, though, were heating it up early. Already up 7-0 in the first. Tailback Joe Foley breaks a few tackles, and he is gone. 31 yards up the sideline, 14-0. Rams thinking about a major upset, but the Dogs would come storming back. 22-6, they were down. Don Gillies goes 17 yards to Joel Connick, and what was once an 18-point Ram lead was now down to 8. Then just before halftime, the Dogs would take the lead for good on a 4th and goal from the 1. Gillies will keep it himself. 26-22 was your final as the Bulldogs come back in dramatic fashion to cap off a fantastic season.
Yeah, it really was. You know, I like the way that we came back. You know, we were down 14 points. You know, we didn't panic. You know, obviously we had a lot of replacements out there that stepped it up, and that's what we talk about all the time as a team, and no one person, you know, makes up a team, and they started getting better as the game progressed, and I think that's what led to our success.
Portland Pride, this is our game. This is Portland High's game. Thanksgiving Day is Portland High's game. And we come out to win. We don't do anything else but win, and we're winners, and that's it.
And that Deering team has a bunch of winners as well. Let me tell you, they played their hearts out today. Joe Foley with a career afternoon, over 180 yards in total offense. A very exciting game to close out the season. Now, besides the turkey stuffing and pumpkin pie, Thanksgiving also brings us to Dallas.
We at the Kittery Trading Post are committed to enhancing your enjoyment of our great outdoors.
A classic. Portland down by 16 points in the first half, but the Bulldogs came back to win it. Highlights now from the Fitz, and the 84th time these teams have hooked up on Turkey Day. Early on, it's all Deering. Here comes Big Joe Foley. On his way to the end zone, Rams take a 14-0 lead. But the Bulldogs battle back. Don Gillies lofts a perfect strike to Joel Connick. At this point, it's 22-14. By halftime, it was 22-20. Third quarter now, here's the winner. Gillies, again, this time, Mike Hamm is there. And Portland pulls it out. The Bulldogs win it 26-22.
Our goal was to win the state spot. You know, we lost on a couple minutes ago. You know, if we had pulled that off, I'm sure we would have won it all. You know, but, you know, this is the best way to, you know, re-salvage that. You know, win Turkey Day, you know, leave the high school football with a win.
All right, good football.
The rivalry. The Rams came ready to play. First possession, 4th play, Nick Langella to Byron Leclerc from 8 yards out. Mike Fullerton, the extra point, 7-0 Deering. Rams' second possession, Langella to fullback Joe Foley. He gets a great block and rumbles 31 yards for the touchdown. Deering held a 14-0 lead.
Down 14-0, what you think? Not too much, actually. We kind of just were telling the kids to keep their composure, and we had a lot of young kids in there, you know, replacing some of the kids that we were missing, and it took some time to make adjustments, and they were real nervous before the game, so, you know, we just made sure we didn't panic and kept trying to do things that they could do, and that was our goal.
Portland took the ensuing kickoff, 72 yards on 10 plays. Joe DeAndrea, the final 2 yards, 14-6 Deering, but the Rams came right back. A 5-play, 75-yard drive of their own. The final 65 yards on this Langella to Foley pass. The big junior breaks a tackle and takes it in for his second touchdown of the afternoon. The Rams then line up to kick the extra point, but it's a fake. Paul Navarro finds Jim Westberg, and it was 22-6 Deering. But back come the Bulldogs. A 66-yard drive. Quarterback Don Gillis passing 17 yards to Joel Connick behind the secondary, all alone in the end zone. Then Gillis to Ham for the extra 2. That made it 22-14. Deering went 3 and out. Portland punched in another when Gillis snuck over from the 1. And that's the way the half ended, Deering leading 22-20. The Bulldogs scored on their first possession of the second half. A 68-yard drive with Gillis finding Ham for the score from 7 yards out. 26-22, Portland wins it. A great game for Bulldogs senior two-way performer, Ricky Miles.
We knew it was going to be a tough game, but, you know, we had to stick together, you know, Portland pride, and I'm a Bulldog. I'll always be a Bulldog, and I'm so happy to win this game.
Down 14-0, how'd you feel?
We were scared, I have to admit. I was nervous. I didn't know if this is like one of those years.
You were just named MVP. Go get your trophy.
Raise it up, Rick, raise it up.
Number 1, give him the number 1. The camera. Come on, baby. Bulldogs, baby. Number 1 right here.
Portland ends the season at 9.
5 straight years and 13 out of the last 14 years now. It's always sweet as ever.
Oh, very much so. You know, especially today where we had some people missing and we had some new faces in the lineup, and, you know, we got a little concerned about that, but those kids really stepped it up and it became a team effort. So this one is as sweet as anyone.
You're going to have a happy Thanksgiving now, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to eat, I tell you that.
I hope he's full now. In Portland, I'm Jeff Peterson, News Channel 13 Sports.
And thank you, JP.